Hello, welcome. My name is Obidanko. Welcome. I want to share with you second part of how to manage your rental property. How to manage your rental property. Traditionally, most of us build houses. They are huge, and it shows that we have money. But I think that if you perchance you think of building properties to rent, then you must do them professionally, which means that you must handle your finances well as well, which means when you're building, make sure that you follow the finances, from the land purchase or through the duration that you're going to use to build. And for me, if you're going to rent it and you're going to do it as a business, as much as you can, have a time duration for it. I mean, no, maybe you can build 2 units or 4 units or 10 units, depending on the kind of money that you have. As much as you can, you should be able to do it within 12 months or 18 months. It's very good because then once you are done, if it's a good place and you have a lot of people who live there, then the property will be gone in terms of you renting. You don't have to go and build property that you want to rent in a place where very few people want to live there, because maybe it is far, the roads are not good, there's no water, the security is not good. You want to build in places where there is density, where people live. Many people want to live there, maybe because of proximity to town. Maybe there's a major activities there. There are some businesses there, some factories there, where people want to live, because the properties that you're building, if people don't live there, nobody will come and rent it. And then you have to categorize the kind of people who live there. So very much important that you follow your finances, and as much as you can. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for us to borrow to build and rent in our country that much, because the interest rate is high. So as much as you can, you have to be very good with going to borrow with this kind of interest rate and wanting to rent it. If the rent is not so high, and you probably can not do it within 2 years of repaying your loan, then there's going to be problem, because the interest rate is high. If you're borrowing for, let's say, 20% or 30% a year, and you borrow for a project which is costing you 1 million, and you go and borrow maybe 700,000 on it, you have nothing, because 1 million, by the time you are done, maybe you are building 4 units, and you're charging maybe 1,500 a month. So if 1,500 a month, 4 units is 6,000 times 12. You see what you're getting. So if you slap 30% or 20% on the kind of money that you borrow, you cannot even pay the interest rate per year, which means that you have caused problem. You're going to create problems for yourself. So as much as you can, make sure that you build according to your budget, have good source of funding, cheap if you're borrowing, or maybe accumulate, or how you have a business and you want to maybe put some of your money into that. Is very much important. And then when you're building this, make sure that you track the cost as well, because this is going to help you to really position the rent per month and the kind of people who can come there. Because if the finances are not, unless you're not just building it for, you're just building it because you have enough money. But if you're doing it and you're doing it well and you're building wealth out of it, because real estate, they say, is how you actually conserve wealth, because it doesn't just destroy that much. The other thing is that if the property is high for you, then maybe you would want to put some insurance on it as well. So you talk to your insurance people, at least, because you're not going to live there, and people are going to live there. At least if there is any problem, you can have some kind of comfort from insurance people. Electricity, as much as you can, don't let them share. I mean, depending on the kind of structure you have, but as much as you can, because there is a certain kind of people, depending on the income that they make, they would not want to have a lot of interaction with people in terms of sharing electricity or even sharing water cost. Sometimes even the waste, the boiler, becomes trouble. So how much more water or electricity? So make sure that you create a lot of independence. If you're going to build something that you're charging beyond 500 Ghana cedis, then there should be some level of autonomy, English word, autonomy, independence, independence, so that they don't interact that much in terms of those, And the other thing is that it's purely management. if you're going to succeed with your property, managing it, because there's a whole difference between you building the property, managing a construction company, managing a construction project. You go through a lot of things, and then managing a finished project that you're renting to people. They're different. They are totally different. This one, the thing is ready. They're coming to live there. You have to have some level of expertise, some level of skills. You have to have some level of respect, and you really have to be a good manager to manage your property, so that you don't have a lot of pressure and a lot of problems with you. And usually, you can also maybe look at deposit. What is the name? Security. Maybe you are taking 6 months or 12 months. You take another extra month, so that when they want to leave and there is some few major problems, you can, the security deposit can help you to offset some things, because some people will also not be that good. As much as we can, you're looking at 50% good people, and then maybe 50% not so good people. Some people will call you when there is any little problem, but that's part of it. I mean, they'll call you in the night, they'll call you whenever there is any little thing. And then sometimes those people are very good people, because then they want your property to be in good shape. Some others will not call you at all. They don't care if there is any problem. They don't care. But by the time you see it, everything is gone. So I mean, if there is any trouble or repairs that you have to make, and they alert you on time, you'll be able to do something about it. If they don't, then by the time you go there, damages. But as much as we can, have good relationship with them. Let them feel that you are, it's not every time, maybe even once a while you give them a call, ask. People like that, particularly Ghanaians, because then they feel like you're a good person, and therefore they have to also reciprocate with that. And the other thing is that in the rent agreement, make sure that you make it that simple that everybody can understand. It just guides you. You must put the people there, at least the date that they are entering the place, the date that they are taking the place, the date that they are going. If nothing at all, get some basic things like that. And who takes care of repairs, who cleans the things that they can do, the things that they cannot do. It's just a simple format, because a lot of the times you're not going to get a lot of troubles if you manage your property well. Some people will be very much, controversial, but there are not many. Most people, as a matter of fact, when you're renting, you can see who will be controversial to some certain limit, because you can see when they are trying to pay, or when they talk, the way they call, when your first interaction with them. Some people you can easily see. If your guards don't, if you are not the type who can handle such people, then don't worry yourself at all. Don't put them there, so that at least you can stop this kind of inconveniences. But if you're tough, then you're ready for anybody. So my name is Obindako. I'm talking about how to manage your rental property. And earlier on, I said I'd get a good assistant who will be able to deal with the plumbers and the electricians, because especially if it's a new building, there'll be some few challenges when they go in. I mean, the first 2 months or so, there will be some, and they will call you. There will be water issue, there will be tap issue, there will be electrical problem, there will be something. I mean, there will be breakages. Some of them will want to fix different things in their rooms, make them feel comfortable. But a lot of the times when they are changing anything on electricals or on water, or doing some major breakages, I think you should have your team to assist, or to even do it, because then because you have worked with those people, the skill level. Or they will just go and take somebody and just do anything to their property. And don't forget that very few people will be that considerate once they have paid rent. They have paid rent to take care of the property, because after all, it's for you, it's not for them. And so most people really will not worry that much. So my name is Obindako. Thank you very much for watching, and we want a lot of people to do this and do it as business, and manage the finances very well, because that's the way to conserve wealth. Thank you.